Before I get started, I want you to take a second to think about how much money you think you spend in one day. When I say spend money, I mean money on food, on living, on any sort of necessities. Even if you eliminate all the excess things, the necessities. And now, what if I told you that about half of the world, over 3 billion people, live on less than $2.50 a day? It's incredible, and I think it's a problem. The problem of poverty is something that isn't touched on too often in daily living. Now, jobs isn't the only contributor to this. It's also, there are plenty of people that have jobs that just simply don't make enough money to support themselves or even their families, leaving them in poverty. I can see this today, and almost every day. You can see the homeless people around the metro begging for money. Or if you go downtown, you can see it. And although it is a major city, I think no matter where you go, you can still see some sort of poverty that exists. So how can you help? Volunteering. Volunteering is one of the biggest things that you could do to give back and to help your community. There's actually 3 different ways of volunteering that I would suggest. First being Habitat for Humanity, the second being So Others May Eat, and the third being Meals on Wheels. So the first, Habitat for Humanity. What is it? Habitat for Humanity works in over 70 different countries, providing low-income housing for those in need. Basically what they do, they take a ton of volunteers that help so give their time and build these houses so that these people can move in and have a nice, comfy house to live in and support their family in, but giving it to them at just the cost of the house. So a lot of times when you sell a house, it's really expensive and your mortgage is through the roof, but that's way more than what the actual materials cost. For these Habitat houses, what they're doing is giving houses for just the cost of what the materials are. And maybe even a little less than that. They're not paying for labor or any of that because it's all volunteer. So that's their mission, to provide that kind of housing. I myself have given my time for Habitat. The spring break of 2014, I actually went on the school trip through Catholic to Arkansas and gave back for a week. What we did that week was we put up some siding, we did some drywall, all sorts of things to get the house ready for the family in need. And we were actually fortunate enough to meet the mother that was going to be moving into the house. And like I said, it's not these people that are homeless or that aren't working. She was actually a police officer that worked in Little Rock, Arkansas, and just she couldn't afford to support her and her children. So it was very nice to be able to see her and give back to her family. The next opportunity that I also have taken part on is So Others May Eat. Some has been around for about 45 years to provide food and clothing for the homeless. They have a location down in O Street, Northeast, and they don't only provide food. So by the title, you might think they only provide food. They provide more than that. They provide clothes as well, donations. So when I volunteered, we actually went down and I didn't deal with the food. I dealt with the clothing. I dealt with sorting the clothing, that sort of thing. And it was really easy to sign up and give back my time. You can volunteer for as little or as much time as you want, which is great about this organization. And they're just happy to have volunteers down there helping and being able to give back to the community. The last organization that I think is a great one is Meals on Wheels. What they do is provide hot meals for those in need as well. And what they do is they take sponsors and donors who are giving money and resources and as well as food, and the volunteers drive the food around and give it to the people in need. This is a really awesome organization because it allows people that either are handicapped or can't really make it out of their house, living on their own, And it also provides more than food. It also provides them with the personal experience of having the volunteers come and spend a little time with them, which is sometimes all they really need. Like I said before, have also volunteered with Meals on Wheels. In eighth grade, seventh or eighth grade, getting ready for confirmation, I had to do some service hours, and so what I chose to do was Meals on Wheels with one of my mom's good friends. So what I did was I drove around with her, and I was a little nervous at first because I didn't know how it was going to be, but it turned out to be a really good experience. I did about 10 to 15 hours with that, and believe I actually went on to volunteer more than that, more than required hours, just because I liked giving back and liked sharing experiences with those that we are helping. In conclusion, I gotta say the importance of giving back, it's endless. You can't quantify how important it is to give back and help those in need. The issue of poverty is so big, and I just think that if everybody can give a little bit, then it'll slowly take down the number of those in poverty. Volunteering is easy. Like I said, you can give as little or as much time as you want. Some of us have hours upon hours to give, and some can only give maybe an hour or two a week. Either way, any kind of time you give is definitely worth it, and I strongly encourage you to do so. Personal benefits, I would say, not only are the people that you're volunteering to help are being benefited, but I think you're benefiting as well. You're giving back, you're doing something nice, and I think that makes you feel good as a person. So I'm going to leave you with a couple questions. Just what do you do with your spare time? And have you ever volunteered? If not, then I challenge you. And even if you have, I challenge you. I challenge you to volunteer and give back at some point before you graduate here in the district.